Are you ready for it? Day 2. So I'm over here at Tyree Offroad. I was brought here because I ran into an old friend, and here they have a set of lights that are made in the USA. LED lights are totally awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, so like you mentioned before, we're from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. We've been around over 30 years, mainly doing heavy machinery. So we're a tier 1 OEM supplier for people like Komatsu, John Deere, Caterpillar, really heavy duty environments. So we have really tough, high output lights. We don't, go by theoretical lumens or anything like that. We give you real world numbers and real world answers. So all this stuff is just a total different evolution of product than what you see around this market. Because of the environments we were brought up in, we just have certain tests and certain answers we had to answer in other markets that they just don't see in this market. So what you get is a completely different style light. I mean, this thing is a lifetime warranty light. It's IP69K pressure wash, salt spray test, vibration test. We even get down to electrical noise. These are EMC class 5 rated lights. Nobody even comes close to class 1 in this market because it's not a needed thing yet. So we're a different beast. We actually got into this market because we're an OE supplier for Mopar and Jeep. So they gave us kind of the door into this market, if you would say, and we saw the need for really, high performance, quality, well-built American lighting. So that's where we are today. So this is our 9th year at SEMA, and we love it.
So quick question, I saw a teaser from Mopar earlier that they have some kind of a light bar.
Yes, sir.
Is that your light?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we make that. So yeah, it'll be our V12 light, and they actually have an integrated hoop, so you can buy a hoop that has this light integrated in the middle of it. So it's a nice, little aesthetic feature, but also gives you a great light in the middle.
Sure.
So yeah.
We'll have to cover it later on in the show, but what I had seen, the lights actually rotate out from the A-pillar so you can see to the side and behind you as well. When I walked up to this display, that's what I was looking at here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Very cool. Do you make other lights other than what I'm seeing right here?
Absolutely. So this is actually our newest product. We just got into light bars, but we actually have a bunch of pod lighting. We have camp lighting, scene lighting. Being in the work industry, there's millions and millions of, problems that we have to solve with lights. So we've come up with so much stuff. We're even incorporating old stuff into our catalog now because we have such a backlog of products that we're finding out the overland scene or the racing scene like. So we're just trying to accommodate. We're relatively new in the market, but we're just trying to adapt as much as possible. So
sure. Can you show us some of these other lights?
So this right here is our big light. It's kind of like a Baja style light. It's a D18. This has 8,500 effective lumens. Those are real lumens that are coming out of the housing after it's warmed up. We give you a real world test, and we actually give you a low average, so we're not BSing you at all. These are actually a cool light we have. What's cool about these lights, it's a dual feature light. So you see the white diode on now, there's an amber diode on the top, so you can mix color temperatures. We originally developed that for mining so they could go through different sediment dust and see through different parts of the mine. You can link these together, Bluetooth, you can control with your phone, or we have even a remote control for them too. So that's something pretty brand new as well we're bringing to the market.
So then on that light, can you just run white or amber?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah, and you can even mix them. So there's actually 5 different color temperature mixing you can do.
Okay.
And you can make it, dim it or make it more bright. You can link an infinite amount of these together and actually have like sections of light. So say if you had about 4 of these on the bumper, you could have bumper lights, 8-pillar lights, and you can make them all different. And they also remember where they were when you turn them off. So when you turn them back on, they're exactly where you had
cool.
them. So yeah.
So just to clarify, I heard it real quick. You said that this is actually like run off an app, like a Bluetooth app?
Yeah, so we have our own app. We also have a physical controller for it too. It's a Bluetooth system. So basically, if you have a controller that can go to our Bluetooth, you can control it. But yeah, right now it's through our app and then our controller as well.
But could so there are guys, I already know this question's coming, who have maybe like a Switch Pros or something like that. Could they also wire it up to a different control system?
Yeah, so right now we're going to work on that. You can wire it up to a Switch Pros and turn it on and off, but we're trying to figure out something to integrate our dimming and all of our features into that too. A Switch Pros won't have all that built in.
Right.
We'd have to work with Switch Pros as a company. It's something we definitely could do, but to integrate the software. But
sure.
It's something we're looking into, actually doing on ourselves too.
Okay.
So yeah.
But the Bluetooth option just comes as a default.
Yeah, it comes with our Intel light. That's what that's called. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that I should be looking at?
Yeah, we just came out actually with an awesome new light. These are our baseline lights right here. So we make really high performance, high quality lighting, but we wanted to give the customer an entry style light. So this light is it's made with all of our specs that we make all of our other lights, but it comes in at about $99. So it's a very entry level light, but this is 2,800 effective lumens.
Wait. $99?
$99.
And this is still made in the USA?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking Harbor Freight level pricing.
I know, and you get top tier quality behind it. So yeah, we're pretty excited about this. This is something brand new we came out with. We got a couple different versions. We have a bunch of different lens patterns for those too. But yeah, they're all made with the same standards as all of our other lights are made. And yeah, we just wanted to kind of give people more entry level into Tyree and get involved, more, and maybe even put it on some equipment they wouldn't put it on, like their tractor or something like that.
Sure.
So yeah.
So the question that a lot of guys are going to want to know, obviously your price point is great, made in the USA is great, quality looks great. How does somebody go about buying something like this?
You can buy our lights directly from us at TyreeOffroad.com.
And let's start with the light bar first then. Okay, so you can see how even it is all the way across the background. And then we're going to switch over to a competitor who has the same amount of light. You can see that massive hot spot like on the base of the Jeep right there. Same light, just different optics. Awesome, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Very cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
So I just walked by this booth and it really caught my interest. They're called Tailgate Mirror, and for those of you who have a Jeep Gladiator like we do, or even any truck, these guys have a solution that you might be interested in. This is Derek. He is the owner of this company. Could you please tell us about your product?
Hi, my name is Derek, and like he said, I'm with Tailgate Mirror. So we made a mirror for the pickup trucks for when you drive with the tailgate down. So if you have like your dirt bikes in the back, or a camper, ATV, or any like big boxes, a bed extender. With the way the backup camera is now, you can look, all you see is the ground, so it's useless. So we came up with this mirror which you stick on temporarily, only when you drive with the tailgate down, and it redirects the image of your existing camera, and now you can see again when you're backing up. So it's if somebody you have something big in the back, right? You can't see anything behind you. Somebody parks really close behind you. At least now you can see that there's a car there and you won't run into it.
So how do these things attach onto the tailgate? That's what a lot of guys are going to want to know.
Yeah, so we have two options. We have suction cups. Obviously you have to make sure it's clean. I've driven around with them for like weeks on end. Once they're on nicely and everything is clean, they don't come off. And then the second option is what we call the 3M dual lock brackets. They are the industrial Velcro, if you like. So it's a little bit more secure. So those are the two options. There is a list on our website, tailgatemirror.com, where you can see what fits what trucks. The suction cup fits on most of the trucks, and there's a couple of trucks that only fit the brackets just because of the lack of real estate around the backup camera on those trucks.
So the question I know that a lot of guys are going to want to know, including myself, is what is the price point on these?
$39.95.
No kidding. And are these available now?
Yes.
And if someone wanted to order one, how would they go ahead and do that?
They would go to my website, tailgatemirror.com, and order one.
Awesome.
It's that simple.
So right now, Derek's going to give us a demonstration on how to install the mirror, and it actually comes with a tool to help you align the camera on it. So
yeah, so it comes with this little tool that you just snap in temporarily, and you line up the camera with this round part of the tool. So you line it up, right, and then push on the suction cups, and then when you remove the tool, and that's it.
Wow.
It's that simple.
Okay.
So once you're all set up, it's literally seconds to put it up. It's the easiest to put it on when the tailgate is up.
Sure.
Right, and then so you have to kind of plan your trip, because once you're like this, right, and all your stuff is in the back, then it's really awkward to do it. It's possible, but it's a little harder.
Sure.
And I've done both, so
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Same here. Thank you very much.
So I'm over here at TMAT now. This is Thomas, and he's going to show us this cool new product for those of you, again, with a Gladiator. This might be really handy for you. So can you explain to me what I'm looking at?
Yes. So TMAT is a grid-based cargo organization system, and we sell them in these panels, 12 by 12. We sell kits as well. There's a kit for the Gladiator, and we have these plug-in adjustable blockers and other blockers as well. And you sort of build a usable space for yourself wherever you need it to be. We also do work with vans, SUVs, and RVs even. The panels can be cut to customize around existing surfaces. So You can customize it around a slide-out fridge or something like that, and it slides really nice in and out of your tailgate. Supports weight on top of it. It supports almost a crazy amount of weight. We actually have the truck. This is a 7,000-pound truck sitting on panels in the front.
Oh, wow.
But in terms of the slide feature, once you get past maybe 250, you got to start being a little bit stronger to pull it out. But what we like to recommend is if you have some of your heavier items on the back end, you unload that first, and now you can slide it with the rest of the weight. So
Okay. So your mats actually purposely come with these handles to help you to pull it out?
yes, yeah, those are ramp pieces, yeah, and we do sell those as well. Everything's made in America, so
Fantastic.
out of Ohio and out of Oklahoma.
Okay. We're looking over here.
Yeah.
You have these additional blocks.
Yes.
So these things, you can see they're kind of like Lego pieces, and they just pop in.
Correct.
And so when you place an order for your product, how does it work? Do they come with a set amount of blocks? Or
Yeah, 2 of these,
Okay.
2 of these, and 2 of these, as well as however many panels and strips are in that kit.
Okay.
And those are designed to fit specific bed lengths, or the Gladiator, for example, is kind of unique in its bed length. So
And so what kind of a price point are we looking at for something like this?
something like this, the one in the truck is about $329.
That's it?
That's it. That's
Wow,
correct.
that's really affordable.
Yes, it is.
And that comes with all, like, how much are these additional pieces, like if I wanted more?
So 2 of these, I think, are $30 for 2 of these. They're more of a heavy duty. These guys, I think, might be $19 off the top of my head for 2 more.
And so the benefit of these is that they allow you to make adjustments,
Yes, correct.
fine-tune adjustments.
Yes, not everything is indexed to inch patterns.
Okay.
So this allows you to kind of close that gap up, and I like using it against, like, say, the side of your truck bed, put something in between it, and then get pressure on it, and that really kind of keeps it located right where you need it to be.
And how about these little guys? What are these for?
Oh, they're Sato crate holders, and come over here real quick. We love Sato crates so much. I don't know if you've ever used Sato crate, but they're a great brand of crates.
Okay.
And so we love them so much, we actually work with them to create specific anchors for their equipment. And it's something we want to kind of replicate across other equipment as well, some of the other popular crates or stuff like that. So a very powerful tool there.
Awesome. Now, if someone were to purchase your product,
Yes.
where would they go?
That would be www.tmat.com, and you can buy it right there. We ship across the U.S. Shipping's free for the U.S., so
And these are available now?
available now. Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
And how long does it normally take for someone to get something like this?
In U.S. domestic, about 3 to 5 business days.
Wow, that's fantastic. Everyone ships really fast. I'm so glad to hear it. And again, these are made in the USA?
Yes, indeed.
Made in the USA. I see that you have one that's kind of
Yeah.
bolted down.
Yeah, so this
what's
is
that about?
This is our DIY 2x4 or 2x6 bed dividers. They're tight fit for a reason, and basically we use 2x4s or 2x6s to create bed division in your bed. I have one in the back of the truck, so we have one right here. So for example, you could divide your bed length in any way that you want. If you want to go horizontal today, you take these out, plug them in the other way, and now you've got your bed divider going the opposite direction.
Fantastic.
You could also use it for like poles if you're working out on the farm or something like that, or even like skis or snowboards, but that's not what they were originally designed to do.
Is there any way to strap, like I see this right here, is it strapped down? Like fuel cans or something like that?
So this is from WeatherGuard. We don't make the bucket, although we are working on something similar. This is connected using our anchors. And let me see if I can pull this out for you real quick. There you go.
Oh, cool.
So our anchors, our snap tight anchors, can be integrated in with a whole bunch of other types of equipment. So we've seen ski holders for that too. We've seen fishing pole holders. There's a golf cradle that we've integrated some anchors for. So it's very DIY if you want to be DIY with it. You can create your own systems and integrate them with these anchors.
Awesome. And what is this made out of? What kind of plastic?
Polypropylene, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah.
And so it's all manufactured out of Ohio. These pieces are. These more unique, newer pieces are manufactured out of Oklahoma at the time.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for taking the time to talk.
You bet. So, okay, I'm here over at Super Springs right now, and I'm talking to Alex. They've got a product for Gladiator that I think you might be interested in, and could you show it to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a really cool new product to show off here at SEMA. It's the prototype of our new product design. Actually, it's a little easier to look at over here. So on your stock Gladiator, your bump stop actually mounts up here in the top of the coil. And what happens is when you get a lift and you put a larger bump stop in there, it's actually going to interfere with your coil when you have your articulation. So we took a look at this, and we actually mount our Sumo spring here on the bottom. Now this is made out of microcellular polyurethane, is injected with nitrogen to have a specific density. So you get a soft initial engagement, and then it gets harder as it compresses. So that's going to act as a traditional bump stop to give you additional support off-road when you're hitting speed bumps, anything like that. And then this unique design is going to hit the market in probably about 2 to 3 weeks on our website. It's totally brand new. We also make supports for the rear, which are similar. They're just going to pop into your regular bump stop now.
Can we take a look at that as well?
Absolutely. So in the back here, we have our yellow kit. Our yellow is the highest density that we have. They come in 3 densities. Blue is the softest, black is in the middle, and yellow is the strongest here. This will mount directly in your stock bump stop location. So it's a super easy installation. It takes 5 minutes. You just pop the initial out of the cup, and then this pops right back in there. Now, this will give you additional load support. It's going to help with sway. It's going to reduce vibration on the road, and it's just going to give you a better ride overall.
So, I mean, a lot of guys who probably don't know what's involved in replacing or installing something like a bump stop extension. Do you actually need to remove the coils in order to install them?
On the front on a Jeep, you do. So on your JKs, your JLs, your JTs, you do have to remove that front coil. It's a little bit more involved, which is why we came up with that new design, because since you're pulling that all apart, you really want to make sure it's engineered properly. On the rear here, very simple. They're exposed. Easiest way to do it is to just remove that tire. It takes 5 minutes. You can do it with the tire on. It's just a little bit firmer grip in there.
Okay, and so what is the price point on something like this?
So our front kit is going to run right around $300, and the rear is going to be right around $250.
Okay. So now there are a lot of guys who are going to ask, like, why would I go with something like this versus, say, something like an air bump?
Yeah, absolutely. So air bumps are great, but they're really for high speed, and they're not really for your daily use. What's great about these is they're going to come with a lifetime warranty. They're made in the United States, and we make them out of microcellular polyurethane. That's a really important note, because they're going to hold up to any kind of weather that you have out there. They can do high temperature, low temperature. They're taking water. They can take a beating every single day and will work just the same. We actually tested these with Border Patrol when we first released them. We've done things like put screwdrivers through them. They still work perfectly in use. So they'll hold up to anything that you put them through.
So on like a factory bump stop or down stop, when you hit a big rut or dip, you get that bone jarring pound metal to metal feel. Is that going to be something similar like when you get to full impact, or?
So you're not going to get that with a Sumo spring. That is where this unique material comes into place. You get a really soft initial engagement, and that's where you want to pick the correct density for your vehicle. So a lot of people think bigger is better. I'm going to go with this top weight class. It's not necessarily what you want to do with a Sumo spring. You want to match it to your setup. So in the back of this Gladiator, we have a lot of weight. We have our rooftop tent. We have our bed rack. We've added a lot of things, so we went with a higher density because we know that. On your everyday Jeep, you're probably going to be using a black one. You're going to get a really soft initial engagement. You're not going to feel a jar at all. It's actually going to smooth things out. So I have these on my JL. I'll hit a speed bump going 25 miles an hour. You won't even know you hit it.
You don't hear it or you don't feel it or anything?
You don't feel it all. It's such a soft initial engagement. And then if you do take your Jeep off-road, you get those big ruts and you're going on a forest road, you're having a good time, you hit a big pothole. These take so much of that jarring hit out of that pothole. It's so much softer. In this vehicle specifically, we had 5 people out in Moab. We were wheeling on fins and things, Hell's Revenge, and never had any issues. Nice soft impact coming off those rocks.
Okay, so on the rear, you're saying that it just replaces the factory one, and
Yep.
I can see it's quite large.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Normally, like the distance between the axle, the bump pad, and the top of the metal cup is your basic full bump, like on a factory jam stop. These are a lot larger, so it's meant to actually engage a lot sooner then.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is not just a bump stop. It's a bump stop replacement, but it's a lot more. It also acts as a helper spring, so you are getting that sooner engagement, that softer initial engagement, and then a true progressive spring rate curve. So it's almost like adding an additional spring as well.
So then up front, you were talking about how you mount it on the bottom, on the axle end of it. Is there something that goes in the cup side on the tower?
Yes, so there is a polyurethane plug that we put in the top. It's a solid plug that goes up there where it'll make engagement and give you that nice compression.
Okay, awesome. Wow, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
So if someone were to purchase this, where would they go?
They just go to superspringsinternational.com and you can find them all there. We have full fitments for Jeep. If you're looking for Jeep specifically, you can go superspringsinternational.com/Jeep and you'll find all the parts there for every generation.
And so right now the rears are available, but the fronts are coming out.
We do have a front kit available, but it's our 1.0. The 2.0 kit should be out here in a couple weeks. I'd say watch the website. By the end of November, they'll definitely be there. By Black Friday, we'll have them on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm grateful. All right, we're coming over to this company called Dropz Racks. They've got this Jeep Gladiator on display with a cool system that I think you guys might want to see. Let's get a demonstration.
So this is what we call the tall van edition. So it's 3 different profiles on it, and on this one is kayak holders. So many people with boards or kayaks stay like this one. Basically, you just open the crank like this, and then you start cranking. And it's inside of here. It's a mechanism that makes it safe, so it can't fall down.
Okay.
So if you have 3 kayaks on it and it's quite heavy, it'll just stop. And if you want to do service on the equipment, you can just take it out to the height where you want to have it. So, and then we wind it up. This. And there's 2 locks here. So it's a safe solution. It's made by a German company in Spain. It's a German company called ARB Air Compressor. So I'm gonna take it down. I just open these 2, pull it out like this. And it's T-tracks on both sides. So it's T-tracks here, and it's T-tracks on the roof.
Okay.
So that you can mount all kind of brands on it, as long as they have T-tracks. And on this, if I like to, I go all the way down. So wow. Depends on, if you have, for instance, the Ducati, the taller van, you might want to go further down. So.
How much weight can this rack hold?
We have, we usually say 178 pounds. That's basically because that's the limit in Europe. So it's certified in Europe for 178 pounds by something called CUV. If you want to load more, it gets heavy, so you can do like this and crank like this. Yeah. So you can get it up. It's just getting quite heavy.
So I see that this is attached to a Jeep Gladiator on a cap.
Yep.
Can you also install this on something like a Jeep Wrangler, like a 4-door Wrangler on the roof as well?
We do have some pictures of that, but if you go on the website, you'll see pictures of people with the Wrangler.
Yes.
But then it depends on the top of your car.
Sure.
If you have to reinforce it, stuff like that. So, but basically, if you have a mounting system here with the rails on it, and it's a T-track here,
yes,
you can mount it in many different ways.
Do you know how much the weight of the actual rack is?
It's about 28 kilos.
Okay.
Don't remember the pound.
It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
And are these available now to purchase?
Yeah. We sell them online on dropzracks.com.
Okay.
So it's 2,350 for this one, and it's 2,600 for that one. And then we ship them by plane from Norway. So that's another 250. Sorry about that.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a nice show.
Now that's pretty cool. So this is Josh, we're over at ARB, and I'm looking at this brand new air compressor system, something that we've seen forever, but there's apparently something new about it this year. Could you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So ARB's expanded our range of air compressors. We now have brushless technology in the same familiar format that you already know. We have our single and our twin, and then the portable variants as well. The key feature of brushless, though, is that it allows us to control everything that happens inside the motor. So we can monitor the internal and external temperatures, we can monitor airflow going through, we can monitor the power coming in as well. And what that enables us to do is to control the speed of the motor, and with that we can get 50% additional airflow over the previous generation, which is a crazy increase. We also get a few other nice little features as well. So for example, we have a quick release bracket on the bottom, which makes install a breeze. We also, with the brushless technology, we've eliminated the need for relays in the wiring loom. So super simple for the install process. On the portable kits, we have our polarity correcting harness. And so it doesn't matter which terminal on the battery you connect to, you're not going to cause a fire and burn anything down.
So it's idiot proof.
Exactly right. all of our existing range of air hoses and attachments, they're all cross-compatible with the brushless range. So you don't have to worry if you're going to be upgrading your system. You don't have to buy a whole new range of accessories to go along with it.
So what kind of duty cycle are we looking on something like this?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So we're looking at 100% duty cycle on the new brushless range, which is really exciting. It's the same as what we had on our twin, but we now get that on our single unit as well.
And would there be any issues like installing something like this under the hood of a rig?
Absolutely not. So just like our brushed range, it's designed IP68 rated, so they can go under the hood in an area where you wouldn't normally like to put electrics. They're designed for that, and with that monitoring and that brushless technology inside, we can make sure that if it is getting too hot, that it will ramp down the performance to not cause any damage to the components inside.
Perfect. That's definitely a problem that a lot of guys have had, especially with Jeeps, and definitely seems like there's a lot of advancements made to these new compressors. What kind of price point are we looking at on these?
So we're looking at approximately 30% increase over the existing range. So the twin here, we're looking at $849, which is approximately $200 more than our current brushed twin compressor.
Fantastic. And when can we see something like this available for sale?
Absolutely. So they're currently in production. We're looking to have these in the States late January into early Feb.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Josh. I
No
really
worries.
appreciate your time.
No problem.
Awesome. And that, my friends, is the end of our second day out on the showroom floor. We hope that you'll join us again tomorrow for our third day here at SEMA.